I don't normally make videos like this. I usually make silly little animations, but reading this thread genuinely made me feel sick. Like the amount of pure despair and rage and just emptiness I felt as these men brag about being horrible, toxic people, and the way they're just rewarded for it by other men. In the year of the Barbie movie, no less. It just hurts seeing the amount of narcissist, toxic, and I'm sure mentally ill men that act like doing any of this is normal. Because it's not, by the way. This is freak behavior. These are the kinds of things that middle schoolers rationalize when they're dating for the first time. When you're wondering why you're having such a peaceful day, and it turns out she's giving you the silent treatment. Wow, what a truly disgusting thing to say about your partner. Imagine you care about a girl enough to enter a relationship with her, and then ignore her feelings. Literally wild. Do I think the silent treatment is healthy? No. Always communicate with your partner. But there's a theme in these comments of men never vocalizing or communicating their wants, needs, boundaries, feelings, etc., and then getting mad when their partner doesn't read their damn minds. They start feeling completely valid and ignoring their partner, hating their partner, literally cheating on their partner because they refuse to communicate. I think this is pressing on me because of my last relationship and how I'm healing now. I'm trying to get better at communication because I kinda suck at it myself. I am a chronic people pleaser and have a tendency to ignore my own feelings in order to spare others' feelings, which is bad, and I'm in therapy right now, which is doing wonders, as is Guts by Olivia Rodrigo. But I find it so hard to have any sympathy for these men, because they're all fucking horrible people. I've been in relationships where I've refused to communicate, and those feelings festered as self-hatred, depression, dissatisfaction, and feeling like I wasn't important. Like my feelings weren't important. And yet somehow, at no point did I think cheating or being manipulative were the only two solutions, because those are not options. What you have to do in relationships you can't handle being in is communicate that. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be with someone else or just not wanting to be with your current partner. You have agency, you have free will, and when you're a grown-ass man, it is your fucking responsibility to tell your partner you don't want to be with them. Some of y'all are in your 20s and 30s, and we still have to tell you to use your fucking words like you're a toddler. How are you not embarrassed to be you right now? I struggled for months thinking to myself that I wasn't enough, that I couldn't handle being with my ex-boyfriend emotionally, that I felt like shit all the time, that I felt like I couldn't talk to anyone about how I felt, but most of all, that no matter what, I couldn't hurt my boyfriend. But you can't always spare someone else's feelings, and you shouldn't feel like you have to in every single situation, especially not ones where you are actively being hurt. And I understand that it's difficult to break up with someone, but when you have no problem with hurting them behind their back, with emotionally manipulating them, with publicly hating them, you lost me.
You lost me! Men are so stupid!
That shows such a clear disregard about them as a person. They're nothing but props and characters to play with like dolls until you get bored. These girls with actual feelings are nothing but NPCs to populate your world to you. I cannot imagine being so stupid, being so actually dumb, that I start thinking this behavior is acceptable. Ever. All these men feel the need to treat their partners like shit instead of communicating, to manipulate them instead of communicating, to cheat, slander, and dehumanize them instead of fucking communicating. And then they have the audacity to complain that their partner is the problem? What is so appealing in playing the victim of a situation you control, and acting like you're the one who's actually being hurt as you boast about doing textbook emotional abuse to your partner? Oh, I'm so sorry she doesn't get your itty-bitty pee-pee heart anymore, bro. She definitely deserves to be lied to and cheated on instead of just being broken up with. Like, oh my fucking god, I hate men. I literally do. Every single person in the hundreds of comments, replies, quote tweets, you're all fucking disgusting creatures. The weaponized incompetence that you wield like a knife to stab your partners in the back is fucking disgusting. The way you manage to treat women like they're invalid for feeling and communicating the same fucking feelings you have is fucking disgusting. The very fact that you laugh at and encourage other men to emotionally abuse their partners is fucking vile, and I hope for the sake of every woman in the damn world that you never have another girlfriend. You are so unworthy of the love, time, and attention these women have given all of you in your lifetimes. I got a little heated there. Literally, as I was writing the script, I got up and started pacing around while arguing out loud with the vague concept of these men. The thing that always gets me about reading these tweets is just, why aren't you communicating? Why do you view voluntarily being with someone as if you're trapped? Not to say Stockholm Syndrome doesn't exist, but I doubt that's what's happening here because you all cheat on your partners and hate them and abuse them. Why are these men refusing to break up? Why are they searching for or trying to create a reason to break up as if simply not wanting to be with someone isn't enough of a reason to not be with them? Why invalidate your own feelings and then blame women for your lack of communication? Like, this is boy math. This is insanity right here. I started doing light research on why men are like this, just browsing through studies and articles on Google Scholar, really. I'll link the article I'm taking quotes from in the description, but I just got to one line that really stuck out to me. Men weren't expected to learn the nuance of nonverbal communication as a part of their gender socialization. There's a lot more context to this quote and even the article itself that you should definitely check out. Go read it. Again, link in the description. I found it very fascinating. Now, ignoring the nonverbal communication thing because men are clearly weaponizing it to gaslight their partners, given everyone in this thread, I want to focus on the socialization part because clearly these men are this way for a reason. They had to grow up being taught from a young age that this is appropriate behavior, and I think that's what makes me so upset that young boys are being socialized with such a lack of basic empathy. Oh, why'd you pull her hair? Must be because you like her. Teaching them that hurting women is an acceptable way to show affection. Why'd you comment on this video that women need to listen to men and that their worth is, quote, based on their body count, end quote? As hundreds of thousands of boys are being regularly taught by far too popular misogynistic creators like Sneeko and Andrew Bald by Choice My Ass Tate, that this is true. Women are only worth as much as they can gratify you. That women were just made for you. Why'd you gaslight your girlfriend into an emotional breakdown because you refuse to communicate your dissatisfaction in your own relationship? Oh, because hundreds of men raised the same way you were for generations agree that this is okay. I know I'm not saying anything groundbreaking. Like, of course, the issue here is toxic masculinity, patriarchy, and weaponizing competence. Like, duh. I feel the need to just say, ew. I cannot go another second without expressing the rage I feel, without calling out every last one of these filthy, cruel, loathsome, repulsive, obnoxious men. Like, how? How can you become so comfortable in being stupid? Why don't you just break up with these women yourself if you're so unhappy? Why are you incapable of bearing any sort of responsibility? How is it so easy to just cheat on someone? Better yet, how is that easier than breaking up? Why do you have such a clear hatred of women? Why do you hate them for daring to exist in your life? I just don't understand the level of narcissism that backs this sort of behavior. Everyone else is responsible for your lack of emotional regulation, for your failure to communicate, for your dissatisfaction, for your unattraction, for your emotional abuse, for your cheating, for every last despicable act you commit, disregarding anything other than your own selfish fucking self. I truly have no plan for this video. This was more or less just something that I needed to express because I cannot hold my rage anymore. That's what powered me to write this entire script. Pure, literal rage at these men. I don't know if I've had one too many Grindr notifications the last couple weeks or just been watching too much Broski Report, but I have no patience for men being inconsiderate, misogynistic, emotionally abusive, frankly useless time vampires. Thank you for listening to me ramble and rant with almost no cohesion for however long this ends up being. If this video does well, I might do more like it, so let me know if you enjoyed me losing my goddamn mind.